red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just pretend.
What's up guys, it's Katie here, and today I have a very exciting and requested video. It is going to be a what you need for your first horse video. I decided to continue this series because I feel like it's really helpful to all of you.
We could be heroes.
First disclaimer, this is not everything. If you think I missed some of the basics, let me know down below in the comments because it would be helpful to others. I actually filmed this earlier and I forgot to say girth, and I forgot to mention that you actually need like a blanket. So let's get right into what you're going to need for your first horse. A lot of equestrians ask themselves, should I get the tack before the horse or when I get the horse? I wondered this as well. I was not really quite sure as to when I should actually buy the tack. When I got Maury, I had some of the basics like some grooming stuff and like saddle pads and whatever, and like a saddle, but I didn't have a bridle or anything like that. I would totally just leave it up to you, whatever you think you're going to need if you're planning on riding within like, I don't know, the first couple days that your horse is going to be there. I would just make sure you have some of the basics so you can at least like groom them and, you know, do some of the simple things. Whatever is your preference, really. I guess it doesn't really matter in my opinion. But you don't want to be like ordering all the stuff online and waiting like 3 weeks for it to get there, because that would not be fun. So make sure you have like enough to survive. So the first thing I would recommend for your first horse is a halter. Most horses will come with their halters. I actually had to pay for Maury's halter, which was absolutely ridiculous. It was actually like kind of expensive for a halter you just pay for, but it was fine, I guess. Make sure you like have a halter on hand, or like you're able to like purchase the halter from the horse, or just like they'll let you have it if they're nice. So yeah, you're gonna need a halter. I recommend a nylon and a leather one because it's always nice to show up at a competition with a nice leather halter, like swag. But it's also nice to kind of have like a trashy like nylon halter that you can give them baths and stuff in, because you don't always want to be using a leather halter. That's not my preference. Then you're going to need a lead rope to go with that halter. Yeah, just don't use a dog leash, please. Then I'd recommend a lunge line and a whip. A lot of you probably don't think that your horse is going to need it, but I guarantee you, you're going to have bad days. They're going to be fresh, and it's not fun to ride a bucking horse, I can guarantee you. Even if you don't think your horse is going to need it, if your horse is like a dead broke quarter horse, you still need a lunge line and whip. I would highly recommend that. You're going to need a saddle that fits your horse. Ask for a professional's help for this one. Make sure it fits you, make sure it fits your horse. It just kind of all depends on your like riding style. And you're going to need a bridle and bit. If you use hackamores, then go ahead and use a hackamore. And make sure you also have reins, that's important. Then you're gonna need a girth, a leather or fleece one. If you need a martingale, invest in that. You're gonna need a variety of saddle pads. I would recommend getting multiple because they're going to smell and you're not going to want to use the same one over and over and over again. And if you need a half pad, that's a good thing to invest in. Ogilvy and like Eco Gold, there's a lot of good brands out there. Just if your horse needs it, get a half pad for sure. And you're going to need some shipping wraps if you're going to be trailering places. I mean, even if you're not, I'd still get some shipping wraps just in case. It's always good to be on the safe side with that. You're gonna need a winter blanket if it's cold in your climate. If you live in Florida, you're probably not gonna need a super heavy winter blanket. And also like a light sheet and a cooler. And bell boots are always a nice thing to invest in. They're not super expensive and they prevent your horse from losing a shoe or like, I don't know, like, you know, hurting themselves, I guess. And jumping boots, if you will be jumping, or polo wraps or whatever you want to use. I personally don't like polo wrap, even if you're not jumping. Like, it's just kind of to protect your horse and give them support. So yeah, you're gonna want some basic grooming necessities: a curry comb, a dandy brush, like a finishing brush and a face brush. Maybe like a mane and tail comb, and just a lot of different brushes is a good idea. Don't forget a hoof pick, by the way. That's the most important thing. And you're probably going to want a basic first aid kit. especially if like your barn doesn't really like have first aid supplies around. My barn does, luckily, and my barn manager lives on site, so she's pretty much always at the barn. So if something were to go wrong, she would probably be the first to know about it. But it's always good to keep some like vet wrap, a thermometer with some petroleum jelly to put on the thermometer. You want some antiseptic wound cleaner like betadine. I think you can actually get betadine at like Walgreens. So there you go. You'll need a good sharp pair of scissors. You never know. There's like 1,000 things that scissors can be used for. You'll need some clean stable wraps, absorbent padding, Epsom salt, and a bucket for soaking hoofs. You also want some antiseptic ointment. And it's a good idea to keep your farrier, barn manager, and vet's phone number in case of emergency. So you don't have to like fumble around and be like, who do I call? I don't know their number. You might want to invest in buying like a equine first aid kit book. And lastly, you'll need some shampoo and conditioner and maybe a sweat scraper to bathe your little pony. So I hope this video was extremely helpful to you guys. Hopefully I didn't forget anything major. If I did, leave it down in the comments. I probably did, honestly. Like, I mean, it's just me, obviously. Don't forget to leave video requests down below because I will eventually get to them. Thank you for watching. Bye!